Hi, today is Wednesday, March 29th, 2017. It's the third day of the fifth week of Lent, and this is A Swede Speaks. And I'm going to talk about the Feminist Initiative, which is a party in Sweden. It's not a part of parliament, and I'm very happy about that. They are a party who might get into parliament. I don't think so, but there is a small chance or a risk for that happening. And they recently elected a new party leader, or actually they have two leaders. They have Gudrun Schyman, which was one of the founding members of the party. She left the Swedish Left Party, and then she started this party together with some other people. But now they have also elected the Ugandan-born Victoria Kavesa, who in her professional life she is a professor of gender studies at Södertörns högskola, which would be Södertörn College or something like that, south of Stockholm. And Södertörn is known for having lots of crazy professors. They are like really everything's that bad about academia. They've got it there. Anyway, she is now one of the two party leaders. She was interviewed in Swedish TV recently. I will provide a link for that interview. And she and the party wants to ban deportations of criminals from Sweden. I mean, criminals who are not Swedish citizens. And what Victoria Kavesa said was that, well, white Swedes aren't deported. And this would somehow be an argument for not deporting anyone, whether they are Swedish citizens or not. Well, actually, Miss Kavesa, white Swedish citizens are not deported from Sweden even if they commit a crime. That is correct. Black Swedish citizens are not deported. Asian Swedish citizens are not deported. If you are a Swedish citizen, you are not deported. Period. On the other hand, if you are a white Polish citizen living in Sweden and you commit a crime, you might get deported. Or if you're a white Swedish citizen living in Norway and you commit a crime, you might very well get deported from Norway. I know it has happened with some. So I mean, this is identity politics in Swedish. And an interesting thing is that the Feminist Initiative, or Feministiskt Initiative as they are called in Swedish, have a youth organization called Feminist Youth. And one of their previous members, he had a position within the Feminist Youth. He was not just a regular member. He was named Abdirahman, or he is named Abdirahman Mohammed Ahmed, and he is 17 years old. He wrote an article about this, all this that went on when Paolo Roberto made his joke on International Women's Day. The joke about how men could focus on two things because men can focus on two breasts at the same time, which supposedly was sexist. Yeah, I guess it was. But as I've said in other videos, who was it sexist against? Was it sexist against women or against men? I would actually say it was sexist against men, but hey, I'm not offended. You know why? Because I have a sense of humor. Anyway, and Abdirahman Mohammed Ahmed wrote an article on how feminists should focus on more important issues, like, for instance, honor killings, anyone? Than this kind of jokes. And he was fired from the board of Feminist Youth. And I'm going to take Victoria Kavesa's hypocrisy first, and then I'm going to take my beef with identity politics. Victoria Kavesa is opposed to, for instance, in Sweden, if you hire someone to clean up your house because maybe you have a busy life, you are, for instance, a professor of gender studies, and you work a lot, and if you hire someone to clean your house, you can deduct some of this from your taxes. I don't know exactly how much, that's not important. The important point is that you can deduct this from your taxes, maybe not all, but some of it. And she is, of course, against this, because this is a way to, well, because most of the people cleaning are women, most of the people cleaning are immigrants, usually from what used to be East Bloc countries like Poland or the Baltic countries or something like that. Well, guess what? Victoria Kavesa hired a Polish-born woman to clean her house or her apartment. And she didn't pay her. This woman, and it was a pretty substantial amount of money that was involved. It wasn't just, I guess it was cleaning more than once, because the amount was somewhere in the neighborhood of 10,000 Swedish kronor. So it would be $1,200-1,300, maybe more. It was pretty much, I mean, if you're a cleaning woman with your own business, that's probably a lot of money. And she had to go to the enforcement officer to get her money. I don't know if she got them, but hey, hypocrisy, anyone? Why is it that the left is so good at preaching, but so bad at practicing? And then we have this entire identity politics thing. My beef with identity politics. My beef with identity politics is that the way I see politics, it's about ideas. Which ideas are good, which ideas are bad, and that means which ideas will get good consequences. Which ideas, if put into action, will give us a nice society. That's why I don't subscribe to utopianism, because it might sound good in theory, but it never works in practice. It just becomes really, really disturbing. It becomes terrible. But identity politics is about who you are, not the kind of politics you would want to put into action, not what you are doing, but who you are, what skin color you have, what genitalia you have. I mean, seriously, it's crazy. And all the other stuff, like, I mean, there's a category for everything. If you got Asperger's, if you got a short leg, if you're a bisexual Polish guy, and so on. At the same time as they're saying that you can be whatever you want to be. If I say that I'm a black woman, I am a black woman. Yeah, right, look at me and think about that. And I need to mention this while I'm at it. I consider identity politics and identitarianism as two sides of the same coin. I don't subscribe to any of them. I subscribe to what you might call traditionalist Judeo-Christian based conservatism. I subscribe to a society based upon the heritage of Jerusalem, Athens, and Rome, and where we are careful with the experimenting. We change the things that need to be changed, but we do it carefully. We do it slowly to make sure it works out. We don't just overturn everything and make the brave new world, which is what the Marxists have been doing, and all the progressivists. I mean, from the French Revolution and onwards, that's been the problem with the Western world. Because that's really where it started, with the French Revolution. And then we got the Marxists, we got the neo-Marxist, third wave feminism, identity politics. They're all the same. It's the threat of political correctness. But then we also have what might be called a right-wing reaction, identitarians. Who, well, yeah, some of them, yeah, you're probably nice people, just like some Marxists are. But I don't like your ideas. Seriously, I don't. Just like I don't like identity politics. And I really hope that this specific party, Feminist Initiative, the Feminist Initiative, I really hope they don't get into the Swedish parliament in the next election, which is next year either. Their ideas, though, have influenced other parties too in Sweden. More or less all of the parties in parliament, maybe except for the Sweden Democrats, but the rest of them. And the Feminist Initiative is in the European Parliament. But I hope they're going to lose their seats there too. We'll see about that. Because even if you think that I am the threat, because I'm a male, white, heterosexual, cisgender male, and all that stuff. Yeah, I could tick off a few boxes that you're well, I could tick out a few boxes of belonging to some minority groups, but so doesn't matter. That's not what it's all about. I'd rather vote for a Korean conservative or a Korean descended conservative than for a Swedish descended radical or Norwegian descended. Yeah, you get my point. I would go for the sane ones, no matter their background, and no matter the gender actually. And that's what I think you should do too. And that's what I have to say about this right now. I would like to thank the people who are supporting this channel through prayers, through PayPal, through Patreon. And if you like this channel, please subscribe so you don't miss anything. Tick the little bell, I think it helps. If you got something to say, comment. You can also contact me through my Facebook page. Please share this video on social media, on Facebook and Twitter and whatever. And I would also like to encourage you to support this channel, which, as I said, can be done through PayPal and through Patreon. And I will include all the necessary information in the box below. And that's it. This is A Swede Speaks. Have a nice day.